Uncharted 4.
Let's keep the action rolling. The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Oh boy. I think he has merch on out of the TV shop.
Sure does. $50 and up in purchase. You can get yourself a free Uncharted Territory t-shirt. Uncharted 4 is your promo code, and here comes Adam Priest. And he's wearing the very Adam Priest shirt that you can get at shop.iwtv.com. I guarantee you that's not synergy because it's Adam Priest.
Yeah.
Now listen, this guy wrestles his own way. He's got a very, very unique attitude, to put it mildly. But he is, in my estimation, I've been on record many times saying this, Mose, I think he is one of the best independent wrestlers alive today, not in the Southeast, not in the U.S., in the world. I truly believe that. I would put Adam Priest up there with just about anybody, belt to belt.
Yeah, he's an Alabama wrestler. He's so good. I would wholeheartedly agree. You can put Adam Priest in any situation, and he's going to come out of it probably with a win. No synergy, but he is one of the absolute best in the squared circle. But you know who else is really, really, really good? Damyan Tangra.
The person he's competing against tonight, the Max Scientist.
Yeah!
All the way from Bulgaria. Damyan Tangra, another guy who broke out through the Phoenix City Future Showcase tournament. That was one of his first big opportunities. Big time player at Action Wrestling, Southern Underground Pro as well, WWA 4 training. Somebody, and I believe Priest is holding up, if you hold up 2 or 3, these two have competed against each other, I believe, twice before, with Priest winning both times. That was a little bit of a taunt from the Larry Bird of professional wrestling, as he likes to call himself, though.
He really loves calling himself that. I'll be honest with you, I didn't know he counted too.
Well,
You know.
they have an Alabama public situation. Priest, though, as I said, in the last year or two, he's been in the ring with people like Matt Mikowski, people like Wheeler Yuta, people like Jonathan Gresham, people like Kevin Koo. Anthony Henry, a who's who. Every top guy you can name. Adam Priest, there's a very good chance he's been opposite him. We'll see him up against J.D. Drake come June at Action Wrestling. But right now, the task in front of him, the Matt Scientist, Damyan Tangra. Tangra, one of the last times we saw him in this building, had a match that many people consider to be the best this building has ever seen versus Daniel Akabe at TV the night before.
Incredible match.
Before last year's Phoenix City Invitational Tournament. So this guy can absolutely go. Maybe the person that came closest to beating Daniel Akabe of anybody I've seen in a long time in this region, outside of a guy named Brett Ice.
Priest doesn't look interested or impressed.
He's not going to go into the guard. He's not going to do that. I mean, Priest is a smart tactician. One thing you will say about Adam Priest is he's not going to willingly wrestle somebody else's style of match.
No.
He might get roped into it on occasion, but he's not going to take bait like that.
No. And no glass.
Tangra. Little bit of a size advantage from Tangra.
The discussion was... I never trust anything Priest does to him at all, ever.
Well, he's very sly. I mean, he often gets compared to people like Jamie Noble, for example, Dynamite Kid. But he's got a little bit of that lie, cheat, and steal Eddie Guerrero energy as well.
Oh, yeah.
Over the top with that arm drop. Come on.
It's absolutely making this his kind of fight.
Priest. Even the way he just walks around the ring, he has a very sort of deliberate mindset. I think lots of times he antagonizes the crowd, but I think frankly, he antagonizes his opponents even more. Tangra maybe working for a Fujiwara variation. If he can get a hold of that, that could be a wrap. Tangra switching up.
Yeah, Priest, though.
Tangra into a waist lock. Priest comes to the single leg, floats over to a wood cover. No. Tangra, I would give him an advantage on the ground, but Priest is not a slouch. Priest is not a slouch on the ground at all. So if anything, it's a very modest advantage for Tangra.
Tangra talking a little bit to Adam Priest.
Look, everybody loves Tangra. You know, he's a nice guy. He's a good guy. But you don't get to this level of independent wrestling unless you've got some killer instinct in you. It's not possible. Goes through. Priest looking for that arm, it looks like. Trying to trap that leg. Priest is almost got Tangra in. Come on. Ripping at that face, but Priest looked like he might have been trying to tie Tangra up in something similar to an STF, and if you're Priest, that's what you want to stay away from. That is Damyan Tangra's kill shot, is that STF.
Yeah, definitely. Again, mind games, I think.
Absolutely. If you're unfamiliar with either of these competitors, what Priest wants to avoid is the STF and the Bulgarian gut buster. I think those are probably the two things he wants to stay away from. If you're Tangra, what you want to stay away from probably is the brain buster of Adam Priest. We've seen him use that to great effect recently. Nice, takes all the way down, holds onto the wrist, stepping on that AC joint. Now he's got the finger. That's a 3 or 4 pressure point manipulation.
Oh, Tangra.
Again.
Now.
Jeez.
Griminess out of the Bulgarian. I gotta say, Priest deserved that so much from him.
Priest slowly makes his way back in here. Tangra's inviting him. He's saying, come right here, meet me in the center.
Oh, yeah.
Right on top of that Southeast First logo. Season 4 here of Uncharted Territory. Use that hashtag Uncharted Territory. Join the conversation at home. Big thanks again to the Bald Monkey for sponsoring this season. Check them out on Wrestling YouTube. Oh, nice. Up around into that neck breaker. Dead center. Priest, I think, maybe out of desperation, ran to that corner. Oh, step up. He got all of it. And Priest staying. Oh, jeez. He stayed right with it. This is Priest's game.
Yep.
You find the smallest little opening. Find the smallest little opening. Get in there. It's a running punt.
Efficiency.
The arm, yeah, it was. It sure was. I couldn't tell if he came in up underneath the arm and got the chin, but I don't think so. I think he got all the way. Yes, and he knows it.
Blood in the water, maybe.
Tangra, I started to say, just trying to push off of that forearm. I don't know, but that's supposed to be like three-pointer signal there.
Yeah. It was. I hate him.
Working that hammerlock is Priest. Oh, look at this. Floats all the way over. Oh, wow. High bridge. Added to it. Floats through again.
Damyan fighting that rope.
And he's got that hammerlock very, very well applied. The short knee. Tangra
over here in the ropes, but Priest right on him.
Yeah, Tangra's absolutely hurting. That arm is really bothering him.
Sends him again in the top turnbuckle.
The control of the... Oh, well.
Hey. He broke his own code.
Yeah, that's a capital crime, according to Adam Priest himself. But again, that... Man, that shoulder, that AC joint, perhaps all the way down to the elbow as well. That whole arm's hurt.
Well, I say not only painful, Dylan, but like, how are you going to maneuver? You know, that is.
I can tell you what, it's going to be real hard to lock in an STF if you're down an arm. And look at that, he can't even throw with that. No. He's not even able to push off with it.
One-armed,
but it may be enough. If he throws enough shots, like it may be enough.
Again.
European uppercut from an actual European. One more time. Brings him out to the center. Maybe look at that butterfly suplex. Can't do it with one arm. You can't do that with one arm. You need the leverage. All the way up. Over. Priest drops him into a cover. Priest, if you notice there, Mo, he chose to do a high lateral press. I think that was a choice. Normally, I would be a little bit critical of not hooking the leg there. But I think he knew what he was doing was pressing down on that injured arm. was able to transition right into an armbar variation right out of it.
Yeah, he does send Damyan Tangra. I think Damyan trying to catch himself on the rope, couldn't do it because of his arm.
That's right. Yep, you're absolutely right. I think in a normal situation, without the damage to that arm, he's able to catch himself there. He tried and could not. And Priest is saying, I'll take a count out. A win's a win.
I think Adam Priest is a living personification of a win's a win.
Yeah, maybe.
Tangra back in, but that is, I mean, more than a target now right here on our side.
He landed very badly on that apron.
Shiny can check on him right away, but Damyan Tangra, he's not going to quit.
That ring is boards, and there's a steel beam right there, and when you hit that steel beam on the small of your back right there, I mean, that could be it. I mean, something like that is what took Ricky Steamboat out of professional wrestling. So, landing at awkward angles on the side of the ring. Shiny Shoes trying to administer the count as Priest was taunting Tangra from inside the ring now. This again?
No, he's not.
Nope.
And Damyan Tangra can kind of collect himself for a second. Without that voice in his head saying, you got to get back in the ring before 10.
Oh, back to the arm again, though. Every time it looks like Tangra might have an opening, Priest right on that, cashing in that Money in the Bank, but did he hit the steel?
And there's a steel thing as the backside.
And he was busted open at Kill or Be Killed just a couple nights ago.
Shout out to Kira. Ooh. Huge kick to the gut.
Tangra, able to duck the clothesline. Ran right into the impact. Ran right, all right. What is
Adam bleeping Priest. Up to the top. What is that?
That was a total rope-a-dope move there. Oh, he's going for the STF.
He absolutely is, and
that's Tangra's go-to. Priest ropes him in.
I think this shows how tired, how beat up Tangra is. He knows that maneuver inside and out. He knows how to get in, how to get out, whatever. He couldn't. He had to get that bottom rope.
And this time, I don't think it's a taunt. This time, I don't think it's a troll, so to speak. I think Priest is looking for it.
Are you serious? You idiot.
Went to the well one too many times. And Priest is gone. Those guys are gone right now.
Get him!
Oh, Bulgarian Gutbuster!
That's one.
Open again, second side with it.
Roll Tide.
Priest is hurt. Tangra's got to go now. Got to make this play now. Air ball.
There's an opening there, but
that dragon screw. Man, Priest is that leg maybe.
my Achilles hurt.
Oh, body scissors. Oh, he held on. Hey, held on. Sometimes he likes to go to a cover there. Instead, he's supposed to, I can't tell from our vantage point if that was a heel hook or a knee bar.
How about Damyan Tangra taking a couple extra seconds there?
I mean,
he survived. He has been through so much. One arm, back. This is nuts. And now he's throwing leg kicks on Adam Priest deep in this match. And down goes Priest.
Yeah, Priest, that leg. Yeah, he goes right back. Oh, he's going to STF.
Oh, he's going. And he's got him.
And Tangra really, to get what he wants, he needs to lean back. And he sometimes tries to use that second arm, but I'm not sure. He's not able to utilize the second arm like we've seen him use before. Most infamously, he finished Brandon Williams that way one time in an action wrestling event. Right. And I think that's really what he was trying to do, but he couldn't get the positioning. Between that and the damage to the arm, he could not get to it.
Shakes that left out, throwing some huge rights, and is Priest gonna?
Oh yeah, he's thinking brain buster. Tangra has got it back to that leg kick. Got him up. Sends him out. Sit out. Death Valley driver. 1, 2. Wait. close. And Priest is, that leg's bothering him bad.
Oh, yeah.
He's on the ground. He just got dumped on that spinning Death Valley driver. You know that has to hurt like hell. But he's trying to work out the kink in the knee, even in that position.
Priest with some distance now. He's going to absolutely take advantage. Tangra!
Great old two. Oh, man. Priest there, trying to make this match more his speed again. But Tangra fires back right away. Tangra has thrown some well-placed forearms in this matchup. Woo, that looked like it was to the ear.
Priest rocked.
Was that a double thrust?
It absolutely was. And Santana
that's not gonna work this time.
Tries to come back in and it gets met.
Oh, come on! I mean, it's a part of the ring. It's a part of the ring. You know, that's a judgment call, but it's a part of the ring, Mose.
He's cutting corners when he doesn't need to.
Buster.
2, 3.
Well, Priest gets the W in controversial fashion here.